Dr. Jerome Bruner, Educational Theorist. A presentation by Stella Pollard. Bruner was born a citizen of the United States in 1915 and is still currently alive. In the year 1937, he graduated from Duke University, and 10 years later, he received his PhD from Harvard. Bruner was a member of the Department of Psychology at Harvard for 20 years, from the years 1952 to 1972. In 1972 to 1979, Bruner taught at the University of Oxford, but then returned back to Harvard in 1979. Jerome Bruner had two major influences, Piaget and Vygotsky. Bruner at first was heavily influenced by Piaget's ideas that concerned the cognitive development in children. However, he eventually began to be influenced by Vygotsky. At that time, Bruner turned away from the interpersonal focus he had in the beginning and began to emphasize more on social influences. Bruner's theory involves three stages. Stage 1, the action stage. This involves physical learning when learners actually have to see things in order to know about them. Stage 2, the iconic stage, where the learner can be imaginative instead of having to actually see the object. Stage 3, the symbolic stage. This is where the learner can use their ideas to represent their actual knowledge. Bruner has 4 features for theory of instruction. Feature 1, predisposition of learners. This allows learners to explore their own ideas of learning and problem solving. Feature 2, structure of knowledge. When learners understand the fundamentals and begin to generate their own knowledge. Feature 3, modes of representation. This is how teaching has been represented. Some examples include visual, audio or language, pictures or symbols. Feature 4, effective sequencing. Each learner learns in their own unique way. That's why it's very vital for teachers to remember that appropriate sequencing can make learning much easier for their students. Bruner believes that learners construct new ideas or concepts on what they have learned. In 1996, Bruner published a book called The Culture of Education. In his book, Bruner describes and compares two ideas. One idea is computationalism. Computationalism has a more formal approach for processing information. The second ideal is culturalism. Culturalism is a less formal approach and is when the mind is said to be influenced by the culture in which it operates. This concludes my presentation on Dr. Jerome Bruner. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I've also included a works cited page. Thanks for viewing!